002, radar service terminated. Block and maintain VFR. Free exchange approved. Just give me a call on the way out.
3002, we'll call on the way out. Thanks, Ford Exit. We'll see you.
Okay, so
he gave us a frequency change to Unicom.
Oh, crud, he did. Yeah, and we've got it in there.
For incursion string.
Nope. Wait, let me get my head straight. Oh, we've got it already, so we can just set it right here.
Radar contact 5 miles west.
And I don't want to hear him anymore.
Roger that.
Okay, so we are descending and we will stop at 5,500 and I'm going to pull back another inch. You told me 3 in 3 minutes and Nick told me 1 every minute, and I'm sort of liking...
They both are exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
I don't like making 1 manifold inch changes, so I'll do them 3. So I don't know where he got that from. I taught him 3 and 3, so I guess he doesn't listen to me. That's all right. He doesn't have to.
We're going to turn our landing light on. Flaps as required. I don't need flaps right now, I don't think. Or too fast anyway.
Okay.
So it's captured at 5,500.
There you go. All right.
Good job.
It's got to fly your approach, and you're coming up about 4 miles from Rogby. You haven't made a call yet to these guys, so I was just making a call. You're about, let's see here.
Rogby.
Oh, let's see, 33 or so miles out, but you want to make a call. So make your call to me on that frequency. Let me hear what you got to say.
Okay, so Parker traffic, Bonanza 614 at X-rays 20 miles southwest over Rogby, 5,500 descending in for the RNAV runway 1 approach, Parker.
Bonanza calling Parker, this is Parker Unicom. Roger, the current winds are out of the south at about 5 knots and no reported traffic at this time.
Roger, out of the south and no reported traffic. 614 X-ray.
Yeah, so sometimes you get them to answer, sometimes they won't, just whatever.
So Unicom is...
Just some guy, some Indian dude sitting in an office over there. Just
hoping to sell you some gas.
Yeah, they have no control, they're just some guy sitting there.
Okay.
Right, hoping to sell you gas, that's right.
Yep.
It's like, are you requiring fuel at Parker?
No requirement for fuel that I know of at this time. Thank you, though. 614 X-ray.
Now, when you make your call, you want to tell them where you are like you did, but you also want to tell them what you're doing. So tell them you're going to be doing the RNAV to runway 1 to a full stop.
Full stop?
So that they know what you're doing. Right?
Okay. Okay.
All right, so let's get caught up here. You're Rogby. Yeah. What's the next altitude for the next leg?
The next altitude will be 5,000. Rogby to Denby is minimum. MSA is or minimum altitude is 5,000.
787.
All right. So I don't know if you learned this gouge when you were training, but the gouge that I always use at every single waypoint when I'm flying IFR is time, turn, tune, throttle, talk. 5 T's.
I've heard of that.
6 T's, whatever. You need to have something so you can remember. So we crossed Rogby, time. Start the clock, start this clock, so you know if you get lost, whatever, you got a time, you know how long it's been. I should be at this next intersection. Heck, it's been 10 minutes, it's only taking me 3. What's going on? So you're already using that for something, so use this one.
Okay. Now this has got a stopwatch on it too, yeah?
Yeah, that one's even better than the other one. I like it. Go to elapsed time, set, start.
Elapsed time, that's what that means.
ET. All right, so time. We crossed the point. Turn. We made the turn. The autopilot did it. Verify that it's doing what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be, course is 056, 056, and this will always be off by 2 or 3 degrees. You may already know that. So the GPS will. That's correct. 056. Time, turn, tune. Anything to tune to. Any calls. I use that to help me remember to make any calls I need to make, if I do need to make any. We don't need to. Everybody's caught up. We switched from LA. We're just talking to Unicom now, right? Tune.
Yep.
Throttle. If I need to adjust, the throttle one for me tells me, do I need to make a throttle adjustment? Also, that tells me, do I need to make an altitude adjustment? In this case, yes, we do.
I do.
So it's all this stuff happens.
Vertical speed.
Time, turn, throttle, talk, all real fast.
Oh, and I want to go down to 5,000.
There you go.
Vertical speed. I had that twice.
That's because when you moved it, it automatically defaults to vertical speed.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, just watch the scoreboard. Watch what happens when you make the change.
Time,
turn, tune, throttle, and talk. Nothing to talk about now, right? We're good. And our next waypoint is what?
After Denby, it's going to be Basque. That's our initial fix.
Well, Denby's the next one. What are we going to do when we get to Denby?
At Denby, we can descend down to 3,000.
We're going to go time, turn, tune, throttle, and talk at Denby. That's the correct answer.
Okay.
So at Denby, we're going to start our time. We're going to make a turn to, no turn required, 056. Tune, we don't need anything tuned. We got the approach in. Everything's good. All we got to do is watch this. Make sure it goes from terminal to approach mode once we get to that point. Tune, throttle, do we need to descend any more? Yes, we need to go down to 3,700. Once we're on our 5,000, okay. You don't want to change it until you're captured.
Gotcha. Okay.
And as soon as you're captured, put the next altitude in.
It's going to tell me captured.
It'll change here in just a second.
Yeah.
Now, there's not a lot of space in between. You only got 5. In this case, you had a little room, but you need to be really quick at these waypoints to get these altitudes done, or you're going to miss them. This happens to be a longer leg, so you're kind of lucky here. But get that time, turn, tune, throttle talk done as soon as possible.
Right.
Get that altitude started down so you can get to the next waypoint altitude. And if it's been more than 3 minutes, let's get another power reduction in so you can start slowing down.
Yep.
About 20 inches is where you're probably going to want to be for your pattern. So you're pretty close to it.
At initial.
Yeah, bring it to 20 from out this far out. 20 is probably going to be a pretty good one for you.
Okay.
And now you don't have to worry about power anymore. You're just going to use that because that'll keep you at a nice speed for your descent. You can go down 700-800 feet a minute if you need to and keep you in good shape.
Okay. So we're almost at Denby, and at Denby we're going to do the 5 Ts.
Right, so see you're captured, get your next altitude in there. Just select your next
Do it
altitude.
already?
Sure. There's no reason to have 5 in there. We don't need it anymore.
Yep. So it's not going to do anything until I do vertical speed.
It's armed, but it's in altitude hold mode. It's not going to do anything until you go to vertical speed. Nothing's going to happen.
So it's not going to go to 3,700.
It's going to do exactly what it says here, which is hold altitude. That's what ALT means, right? Remember I told you, you push that button, it's going to hold altitude, whatever you have.
Yeah, it's
not going to do anything until you tell it to.
Okay. I like that.
Yep.
Time. So.
Okay, so what's your DA on this approach?
Let's see, we've got 755 feet is the decision altitude.
Okay, so do we have any way to give ourselves a reminder when we approach our minimums? Yes, we do. So we go over here to flight plan, right? And right here, source, Barrow.
Okay.
Turn the cursor on, bring it down. It's already set for Barrow. Bring it over to your altitude and set the Barrow altitude in there.
Sweet, 700. Okay, so what's that going to do for me?
It's going to give you a reminder when you get to your decision altitude. Say, hey, you're there. Make a decision. Do you land or do you go around? One of the two. It won't go, it's going to be, so you always go to the next higher one. 760.
Yep.
Go ahead and hit enter and then turn the cursor off. And you're back. You can go back to your nav page or whatever you want. Okay? So we haven't really talked about briefing the approach. We're a little behind now, so I won't worry about that. We'll talk about that more on the ground.
Okay.
But just in general, we're doing the RNAV GPS-1 runway 1 approach into Ave Sequila. We have the correct approach chart up, and it is current. The frequencies are set. The altitudes we already have. The next altitude we have is 3,700 at backseat. Initial approach fix, final approach fix rather, is APHIS. 2,400, then that will send down to 755 feet. From 755, if we don't have the runway in sight, at that point we'll make a missed approach. And our missed approach procedure is yada yada yada. And
climb to 11.
Go ahead.
100 straight. The missed approach is climb to 1,100 straight ahead. Left turn to 5,500 Parker VOR.
Okay, so the point is, we're talking all this stuff, and now we're halfway through the approach, and we just now covered the stuff we should have covered en route, so we got to really speed all this stuff up when we're compressed in this training mode. So we're already past Denby, but we haven't. Oh yeah, we already did. Oh, cool. See, I was reading and you were doing. That's cool. I like that. Multitasking here.
All right. Well, and is there some vertical speed I should be looking at here to tell me?
You have to reset it every time, so you're just going to have to kind of know. There's not much you can do. You only have. What?
I'm figuring we need more descent, is because
you only got. I can't see here. How many miles you got to go? 3 miles.
Yeah. So
and you got another. Yeah. There you go.
1,000 feet.
1,000 feet. So pretty quick. You're coming down at 500 feet a minute, so that 1,000 feet would take you 2 minutes, but we're only 1 minute out.
Right.
So you kind of do a quick math in your head.
Okay. Helicopter 8094 Quebec is 7 miles to the east, inbound for 19er, Alpha Squia.
So he's landing opposing us.
And Parker traffic, Bonanza 6148 X-ray. We're actually turning inbound on runway 1 for the RNAV approach at this time. We can slow down and let you guys get in if you want. We're probably about 6 miles south of the airport.
We shouldn't be an issue. Once we get down there, we'll probably just shoot straight across for the field farm.
That sounds good. We'll just we'll keep an eye out for you. Thanks.
Okay, so we are almost. I'm going to put 2,400 in here now.
Not unless you're captured. Unless you're going to go. That's okay. If you're going to go, if you're there and going through it, that's fine. Yeah, I got you. Go ahead.
I think so.
Yep, 24. You're good.
Okay. Because that came up quick.
So we're really fast. We're all turning final. So you need to do something to fix that. So all we're going to fix that is get your power back, get slowed down to flap speed, get your flaps and or gear out,
Okay.
Because we didn't quite get slowed down. You see, we did go to LPV, so that's good. You got your glide slope located right here. All that's fine.
Okay.
Everything's good to go.
All right, so...
Get her down, get her slowed down here.
Yep.
This airplane's not turbocharged. You're not going to hurt anything.
Okay.
Reduce your rate if you need to. Let's get this thing slowed down.
Okay.
Otherwise, we're not going to make the approach.
That makes sense.
You're really going to have to get it slowed down.
Okay.
There's your flap speed. Go flaps to approach. Put the gear down now.
I'll watch that.
Why are we getting that gear up light
Hang on,
right there?
hang on.
RPM.
That's because the throttle's back.
Lights on. Gear down.
All right, then you bring your power back up. Now your speed should get back to 120, which is 110 where we want to do our approach. All right, so 24, we're getting all caught up here. Now you can come back down on your rate, and we can get caught up and have a decent speed.
Okay.
Okay, so we only got 3 miles to go. So you can see all this stuff happens really fast.
Yeah, yeah.
And you just don't have a lot of time in between.
But yeah, and I don't know where I'm at looking outside, but...
Right, you need to get your checklist done.
Yep, yep. Okay, seatbelts, cowl flaps, fuel selectors on the fullest tank, landing gear is down, mixture is going to be full rich here.
Parker traffic, Bonanza 614 X-ray, about 7 miles straight in, runway 1, full stop, Parker.
Flaps approach.
Okay, you see
so we
we're
have
right on our glide slope, so let's go ahead and arm the approach right here.
What?
Yeah, cool, huh? That's going to capture your glide slope once it gets to altitude and leveled off here.
Parker traffic, helicopter 8094 Quebec, 4 miles to the east, inbound for landing at the fuel station. Parker.
Okay, so coming up to capture 24, you see it's going to intercept your glide slope and it'll be good to go.
Okay, so that's pretty magic. Okay, so seatbelts, cowl flaps.
Good, good.
Fuel selectors on the fullest tank. You good, Tom?
Yes, sir.
Landing gear's down, mixture's full rich. Do you want me to go prop yet?
Yes. That'll help us slow down.
Oh, really?
About 110 is what we want for our approach. Now, see, you're on the glide slope now.
That's what that
looks
is.
good.
Okay. Holy crud! So this does everything?
Well, it should. I haven't flown this one before, so let's see. It looks like it's not capturing.
Okay.
So let's just go to your put your altitude in there, 755 or 760. We'll figure that out later. Just get it down now. 800. Yep. Go ahead and go down. Go to vertical speed.
Oh, yep. Vertical speed.
Down and just try to just adjust your rate to get on the glide slope.
Okay. And we're at 99 knots. That's right where.
Yeah. Let's go flaps to full down.
Flaps are full and then speed.
Put your taxi light on. All that looks good.
Taxi on.
And
so
at 2,000 feet, you can take your goggles off.
Okay. Gump.
Gump.
Gear down. All right, at 2,000 feet, we are at
Parker traffic,
96
helicopter
knots.
094 Quebec, 2 miles to the
So I need to go down more,
to the east,
according to that.
crossing midfield, east to west, low level, looking for the Bonanza at Parker.
Yeah, we're about 2.5 miles out now. You guys should be okay. Well, I don't have insight yet, but we'll get you here shortly.
All right, sounds good.
All right, got to give me your goggles there. And just watch out for this helicopter. He's about a mile east of the airport. He's going to cross the middle of the runway and go straight to the fuel farm. So we'll keep an eye out for him.
Okay. All right, Gumps one more time. And at what point do I take the autopilot off?
Okay, so you're a little bit high, so you need to get this rate down even more. Try to catch your glide slope.
I see that.
You can take it off at any time and just hand fly it using the flight director if you want. That's giving you vertical guidance and lateral guidance.
Okay.
So go ahead and kick it off now.
I'm going to use this to kick it off.
Okay.
So my yaw damp stays on.
There you go. Your flight director, more importantly, stays on.
Oh, okay.
And yaw damp too, but this, the main thing is you don't want to turn, if you use this button over here, it turns your flight director off. Right in the middle of your approach, if you were actually using it.
Parker traffic, helicopter 8094 Quebec is clear midfield crossing.
Yeah, he's clear. Okay, good. Yeah, we got you set now. Thanks for the heads up, and we're about 1.5 miles final runway 1, full stop, Parker. All right, we got gas on the carriage, mixture pop, lights are good, the flaps are down, runway's clear, and yeah, you're doing pretty good. Looking for 755 for our decision altitude.
Oh, yeah.
Notice that this is a, even though we're visual now, you still just kind of as a reminder, just fly the flight director down for practice. But we're obviously in the clear, we're not going to have to make a mist here, so we're in good shape.
Okay, so that flight director's still helping me out here.
It'll help you all the way to everywhere.
That's cool.
All the way. That thing is your co-pilot. As long as you got him programmed right, he'll be a darn good co-pilot for you.
Okay. I see the reds, but I feel like I'm below.
Okay, there's 760. There's your decision height. See the minimums call we just got? Cool. We had in there. Good to go. Yeah. So at this point, you'd look up. If you saw the runway, you'd land. If you didn't, you'd make a missed approach.
Okay. Okay, so there's 92 knots.
Okay, now you can just fly the Vivacity now. You can see on the left side there. The Pappy rather.
6746 Whiskey, going to take the active runway 19. Will be at east departure. Anybody in the pattern?
Yeah, Bonanza 614 X-rays, a short final. Runway 1, we'll get off at midfield.
6746 Whiskey, roger, we have you inside.
Nose down, 85 knots. Tell me when to pull the power.
Power to idle now.
Power to idle, and all the way at idle. So...
Yeah, you just didn't get the nose up enough. You were still get pretty close to ground. So
I would not have normally pulled that power out.
Yeah, well, that's what I want you to do.
Okay, power out, and then...
If you don't take the power out, you're just using a runway that you don't need to use.
Exactly, so power out at that point, and then...
And just land it. Get it level, about a foot off the ground, and let it land.
Okay, because I saw you pull back on that yoke.
Yeah, because you were going nose wheel first.
Right, so that's why I'm saying when I'm at that attitude, that's the point when I...
You just get it level and just let it land.
Okay.
You were holding the nose down like a 172, and then it looks like you were going to flare.
Sure.
We don't want to do that. Just get off right here. And 614 X-ray clear of the active runway Parker. We'll be taxiing for a 19 departure. Okay, so I think...
46 Whiskey taking the active 19.
I think there's a little area down there we could use for pull off. Or I'll tell you what, let's just go into the little parking area here, and we'll get everything set, because I can't remember if there's a little cutout to pull or not over there.
Okay.
Shut up. Stupid.
I'm going to adjust that mixture just a touch.
You bet. Yeah, sorry about that, Tommy, but yeah, we were trying to get it slowed down so that horn goes off whenever you bring the throttle back and the gear's not down, but we were too fast to put the gear down, so that's what the horn was for.
Yeah, I never heard that one before.
Yeah, that's what it's for. So yeah, so it works on the position of the throttle. If you bring the throttle back to a certain point and the gear's not down, the horn will go beep, beep, beep.
10 miles northeast.
And what happened is we were really fast, really close in, so we had to hurry up, get the nose up, slow down, get below gear speed, get it down, and then go. So in this airplane, most airplanes, there's a little button you push to cancel that horn. This one doesn't have it, so you just have to listen to it until you get the gear down.
61 TR,